Can you hear it with your ears? Can you see it with your eyes? Can you feel it wiggling between your quivering thighs? That thing, that thing, that thing with James. Once every millennium something will come along. When you feel it, you will know it, 'cause it's coming on strong. That thing, that thing, that thing with James. Sit back, relax, deep breaths, no stress. Let me come inside your mind. I promise you it won't take long, the change will happen soon. You will feel something so special growing deep within you. That thing, that thing, that thing with James. That thing, that thing, that thing with James. That's me. Welcome to That Thing with James J. Asher II. That's me. This is our second episode today, and I've got a very special guest with me. I've known this man since ancient Rome. We actually met on the battlefields of Elysium, even though that's a Greek place, I think. But we met there, and he was a formidable opponent. He swung a battle axe like no one else could. Ladies and gentlemen, and let me introduce to you my good friend, Bennett Cravens.
How's it going, James?
It's going good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
You comfortable?
I am excited to be here.
You feeling weird about the camera?
Well, I try not to acknowledge it, and then that way it's not really there.
That's good.
Just forget about it, and then soon enough, it's just another thing in the room.
Yeah.
It's looking at us again.
It's looking at us. Yeah.
Every time.
What's your middle name?
Bennett, actually.
Bennett Cravens?
No.
Wait, you're William? It's your
Yes.
first name.
William Bennett Cravens Jr.
That's
That's
right.
my full name.
And your dad's William Bennett Cravens the first.
Senior.
Senior.
Is his chosen.
Senior.
Yes.
Now,
Mine is actually, Junior is a part of my legal name. Senior would not be a legal part of his name.
it's just a accepted thing.
Once I became Junior, he would be.
He became
He
senior.
then, yeah.
But that's not on his. That's not on
birth
his social security
certificate,
card.
Social Security now. Like,
So does he call
and his
himself?
social security number is.
No, let's hear
We'll
it.
get that in post.
555
0164
5 8
2
9
30
12
530
8
9
B.
C.
There you go. Go ahead, steal his
Yeah,
shit.
he's got nothing for you, I promise.
What does your dad do?
He's a banker, vice president at Yukon National. I don't know if that's too specific. He's a banker.
Like Yukon, Oklahoma?
Yes.
Where is that? I know.
In Yukon.
The Yukon's in Alaska, dude.
Well, the Yukon, I believe that one is. No, yeah, Yukon, Oklahoma is just west of Oklahoma City.
Okay, see? Like how far west?
We're talking probably 15, 20-minute drive to get to the outskirts. And then really to get into Yukon, probably like 30 minutes.
So it's like a suburb. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's a city, but it's just like, everything will become a suburb of everything when every city gets big enough.
Yeah.
It's going to touch every border town.
What's OKC
Like
like
Bethany
these
is.
days?
As far as I know it, it's a town on the rise. It's up and coming, the downtown scene is getting revitalized, the art district is getting revitalized. You got a lot of young people making a lot of businesses for young people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's very kind of cool time to be there when you can kind of do your thing like Austin was years ago.
Was. So, okay, this is good. What has changed about Austin? Why do you say was?
When you have a lot of people coming to do their thing, it very easily becomes people needing the mass need of commercialism. Oh my god, that was roundabout.
So more people means there's more commercial shit going on?
There's more potential for commercialism to thrive.
And then that makes it harder for up-and-comers to break in because... Independence, because larger companies, basically, they've got the thumb on, anyone who can provide financing.
Can reach more people.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I think... So, okay. You moved here in 2013,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Like July, August?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bennett was my second roommate.
Yes.
Here in Austin. We went to school together at Oklahoma State University.
In their theater department there.
In the theater department. What was your minor?
I did not have a minor.
How? Was it like a double major sort of thing? Or
No.
you could just have just the major?
Just my major.
Just theater stuff?
Yeah.
So, what was your emphasis on?
Performance.
Did we... I don't know if we ever acted in the same thing, did we?
We did. We did George's senior director.
Zoo Story! Zoo
Yes,
Story!
we did Zoo Story.
Is that where you ran into my knife?
Yes.
I didn't kill the guy, he ran into my knife!
Ran into my knife. Yeah. God, that must have been 2012.
12. That would be my last year. Might have been 2011.
It must have been
I
2011.
think it's 2011.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I was 19
Oh,
or
yeah.
so. No. I'm way off on my
Wait,
timeline.
19? I just graduated high school.
No, yeah. It must have been 2010.
Yeah.
It must have been very early.
2010. Yeah, because George was still there, and he was
Yeah.
a year ahead of me.
Yeah, and that was his senior project, so
Yeah.
must have been 2010.
So George was in the graduate program at Oklahoma State. So was I. So was Bennett. He was the youngest graduate student ever. He started at 14 years old, and he just couldn't get his shit together. He stuck around till you were 22?
Yeah.
And,
My bank account thanks me every day.
yeah. And George put on for his final project, he did Zoo Story by Edward Albee, which is, how would you describe Zoo Story to a person who's never seen a play before, much less Edward Albee play?
I mean, I think you can do it in one word, which is absurd, because, it is the almost definition of the absurdist movement that everybody points to. And so if you can just sum it up and say, it's just absurd, I think you can give people a general idea of...
So what does absurd mean? Because I feel like if a person has never seen a play, they probably don't know what absurd means.
I think when people think of a play, they think of a bunch of people trying to enact something that happened or something hoity-toity that was long ago.
Right, like classical.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Hamlet, everybody would think of King Henry, and
Yeah.
it's just like all a bunch of old dudes talking in something that's English, but it's hard to understand. So when you just...
Or people stripping naked and pouring fake blood on themselves and then screaming at the audience.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a play.
We had a professor who actually did that second type. You remember her?
Yes. Jody.
Yeah. I wonder what she's up to now.
Last I heard, which was years ago, was she was back in Austin.
Okay.
And I believe working again with the...
the company?
Yeah.
That's the Rude Mechanics.
Mhm.
The Rude Mechanics.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. That was the last I heard, and that was a long time ago. But back to the point of explaining a play like that, and
Like
it
an
being
absurd.
It being just absurd. I think you can say absurd, and people will be like, "Okay, it's not my regular expectation of a play.
Yeah. But it's not like the most absurd, because
No, definitely not.
there's somewhere, you know, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. But Zeus Story actually does have, it is an absurd story.
Yes.
It's dark. I think it's hilarious.
Yes.
I don't understand why some people don't find it funny. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I just think it's not some people's sense of humor.
Yeah. He was like the dark Adult Swim humor before, like long before Adult
Yeah.
Swim, don't you think?
Yeah, just like a very intelligent, dark humor.
It's kind of like It's Always Sunny, almost. Zoo Story.
Yeah.
It could be like a It's Always Sunny sort of thing.
Normal people that live in this extreme reality.
Yeah.
That is
So-
always on.
So it's about this really straight-laced, square, pocket protector kind of dude. And it's in the...
That was my character.
That was his character. It's based in the 50s or 60s, early 60s.
Yeah, I believe it was 60s, sometime around then.
Thin Ties
Yeah.
kind of era. Mad Men.
Tweed, I think.
Oh yeah, he's very much a tweed
I think
character.
there was some tweed.
Elbow patches.
Oh man, the thickest.
The safest elbows.
When you're like philosophizing, you put your elbows on the desk and say, "Why?"
Well, I'm here for 3 years, so I've got my
My shield.
Yeah. And then there's like a crazy dude,
Mhm.
and they run into each other at the park.
yes.
And this crazy guy is just, I don't remember what he's all about, but he's trying to like test the straight late tweed guy,
Mhm.
try to get him to like snap and kind of like break out of himself, stop trying to like control, stop trying to like have this certain image, right?
Stop living in the box.
Stop living in the box. And so he like yells at him and stuff and tries to provoke him and gets him to the point where he's like threatening his safety, right? He
Yes.
pulls out a knife
Yes.
and then
But then gives him the knife, if I remember correctly.
gives Tweed the knife.
Yes.
Oh yeah!
Yes.
Oh, see, at first I thought Tweed got stabbed, like he ran into the knife, but no, Tweed
Tweed,
stabs the crazy guy.
who runs at the knife. To
Oh.
push him beyond that next level.
I had it twisted. So crazy guy says, "Hold the fucking knife and stab me."
Pretty much.
And the guy's like, "No, no." And he's like, "Fine, just fucking hold the knife there, right?" And then he runs at it and stabs himself. And he's like, "See what you did?"
You did good, kid.
Yeah.
You did a fantastic job.
So what's the moral of this story?
Don't hold the knife. I mean, yeah, it's what would push your boundaries, and how long would you let it push your boundaries?
I thought it was you could stab someone and it'd be all right, as long as it was their idea.
I mean, if you're the tweed in the situation, you're probably gonna be fine.
I wonder. Okay, so if you and I got into a knife fight, but we weren't fighting,
Which we have.
yes,
We kept them on the wall as a reminder.
those were unintentional knife fights.
Relics.
We may get into that later, but I'm saying like if we had like an agreement, like, all right, I'm gonna stab me, and then you're gonna stab me, like in
So we're both stabbing you?
we're no. Oh, no. You're running in my knife, and then I run into your knife.
Mutually assured stabbing.
Mutually assured stabbing.
Okay.
It's not like I'm going to stab myself and then you stab me.
Hit me, baby!
I want you to stab me right here! Right here!
I've opened it up for you!
So if we did that and we ran into each other's knives on purpose, willingly, mutual agreement, there's no beef squash, and we're just like, this seems like fun, we're gonna do this now. And then one of my neighbors calls the cops, and the cops comes and find us like bleeding out. Would they be able to arrest us if we agreed on a mutual stab pact?
Well, I mean, suicide's illegal.
Oh, we're not trying to kill each other. We're just trying to help a friend get stabbed.
Sure. Hey, listen, my man needed a stabbing real bad.
It was hot. He needs some extra ventilation.
He had too much in him. I had to let him up a little bit.
They say women live longer because they bleed out. Why can't we live longer, huh?
I guess
Designer period.
it's so chic, but it's a fad that only comes and goes once a month. I think the only thing that would save us is if we both agreed not to press charges.
So, okay.
We could get in trouble if we both said, "Nah, he stabbed."
Right.
He said,
So
she stabbed.
we've got papers. So before we stab each other, we have papers, we signed contracts, we got it notarized.
Okay.
That
The notary public would probably be stoked for that for that contract day.
and like, I'll do it for free.
The stab guys are coming in today. I got my stamp ready to go.
You got some more of these?
Let's go. Stab line over to the right.
He's gonna replace that stamp with a knife. Like, yeah.
Just a cut in the paper is the notary.
Fuck
There we go.
yeah!
There we go. Add some realness to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Such a great sound.
Oh yeah.
It's just like
So-
it's like business is about to get done.
We've got a notarized contract
Yes.
that we're both gonna stab each other,
Mhm.
and no beef, no charges or anything.
Mhm.
This is agreed. We're adults. We're of sound mind, and we agreed on this.
And we want to unsound our bodies.
And we want to unsound our bodies, and we do it. And then the neighbor sees this happening,
Mhm.
calls the cops, and says, "There's a knife fight going out. These guys just stabbed each other. They're on the ground. There's losing a lot of blood.
Mhm.
Come to this address." And then, excuse me. And then the cops come.
2 minutes later.
2
Great
minutes
response time.
Yes, because they're all over the place. Because there's some projects around here.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of sirens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I live by the fire station, so
Do you get a lot of
it's
sirens?
just nonstop.
Dude,
But it's always fire engines, so it's like
yeah.
go get them. Can't be mad at you.
You don't say go get them for cops?
I mean, it's harder to know with a fire engine. It's like it's never not going to be something good. It's like it's not you're going to show up and do something horribly wrong to somebody and make the news. It's like local fireman starts fire. I don't think he turned on his sirens to do that.
Local man shoots unarmed Mexican kid. What's the fireman doing with the gun?
Yeah. once it's stories about people getting axed is I think when we can
Maybe axe that behavior.
There you go. Top of your game.
So cops show up.
Yes.
We're bleeding out, and they go straight for the cuffs. Well, they put the guns out because there's knives near us.
Yeah.
They got us at gunpoint.
Are we still holding our knives, or are they in our respected bodies?
I feel like if it's still in you, you're still carrying a weapon
technically, yeah.
in your person.
Mm-hmm.
And so they will shoot first and ask questions later.
It's true. Kind of like samurai draw.
Yes.
That's all.
And dude, it would be so animated, like blood would just spray out
Oh
everywhere.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tarantino just.
Blood's so cool, dude.
Just like... Now I'm worried you're gonna ask me to join a knife fight later.
I got a lot of knives. So
I'd have to go home and get mine.
how many knives do you have?
I have one that I would bring to a knife fight, but then I have all my assorted pocket and box opening and whatever knives.
You want to see a crazy fucking knife?
Is it the Bowie knife?
I got a new one.
You got a new one?
Wait, I think you might have seen this one. It's got the serration. It's about like this long. It's black.
Have I seen this?
Let me get it.
Oh my goodness.
Here, you talk to the camera.
Ugh. Kids, when you're playing with your knives, make sure that they're dull and that you can't cut yourself. Pretty much any new knife will come unsharpened. I believe there is a rule at gun shows that says you can buy sharpened knives, or most gun shows have a knife sharpening location at them. So be sure to avoid that if you get one at a gun show. And just play with dull knives, you know? That's what everybody cool is doing. Oh my goodness. Is this a knife or is this a machete?
I don't know. Be careful though, because it pierced through the
wonderful.
sheathing here. So, oh, shit! I'm trying to take my nail off.
Is
here.
the snap sharp? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's called the Defender.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get this.
Obviously you're
Defender.
defended just by owning this.
And then it's got some vaguely, I'd say that's Japanese.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Vaguely Japanese writing on it.
Right there at the end.
Here. It's very sharp, so.
Did you get it sharpened or was it
No, it's just sharp like a motherfucker.
it just came ready to
It
go?
came ready for action, and it is stayed sharp. The Bowie knife cannot stay sharp.
Really?
Yeah,
Just because the hilt
I think so, because it's like leather.
yeah, kind of dulls itself.
Oh yeah, for people listening, how would you describe this knife to our audio listeners? Or is this even a knife?
I would describe it as a stunted sword with chunks removed by a shark.
It does look like shark took some chunks out.
Kind of came in here and took the whole section out, and then
Whatever the fuck that
a
thing
can opener here at the base.
is. Yeah.
I do like the cord wrapped handle.
Yeah, the handle's nice.
That's very
And it also has some like gaps in the middle of it next to the
Yeah.
serration,
Is that
so that
for
it like so when, huh?
Is that for like aerodynamic speed?
I think it's for the free release of blood, because it's right next to the serration here.
it's a letter.
And the thing with the serration is that it really fucks up, because when a person gets stabbed, their flesh like clings to the blade. So that's why you hear like in movies when
Jeez.
someone pulls the knife out, because your body clings to it to keep blood from flowing out.
Wow.
And when you have like a serrated blade that just like rips up the flesh. Yeah. So I really don't understand why I've had like 2 girlfriends who think I'm a serial killer.
No one understands.
No one understands.
I do want to point out these lovely notches on the end.
Yeah, what the fuck are those for?
Is that for kind of your melee combat?
I think it's for like crunching a
Really-
walnut or
Can you really
something.
just dig in with that hit on that side?
Maybe.
Maybe for deflecting blades as you block?
Oh yeah.
Slings them out,
Maybe.
gets them off their game so you can come back with a parry.
And I didn't even get this knife. People just keep getting me knives, and these people think I'm collecting these knives, and I am, but not willingly.
I am now a collector of knives.
Yeah, by accident, because people keep fucking getting me them.
Yeah.
Because they think I'm a knife guy, and I guess I am now, because
Yeah.
you made me one. See, yeah, it
It
pierces
just
through.
goes right through there.
Yeah, that's some sharp Betty.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get some tape on that.
Oh yeah, some duct tape.
Yeah,
Holds
just-
the universe together.
And then it'll poke through that and just wrap up some more.
Okay, so cops show up.
Yes.
They draw guns.
Is this what you're using? Is that what I'm running into?
No! We're running into conventional 3-inch pocket knives. And
Just enough to really do damage.
yeah, just enough to get in there.
Okay.
Just enough to scratch that itch.
It's a
That
deep itch.
That deep itch.
It's a gut itch.
I got a deep itch and I want you to stab me, bitch.
It's right here.
Just once.
Help me.
Right in the liver.
It's just so bad.
Arc it up.
It's like when it's on your back. You just gotta. If you feel like if you angle more,
Yeah.
somebody will scratch it. It's like, it's right over there. All right, so we're stabbing cops.
So we're stabbed.
We're stabbed.
We're stabbed. We've got the blades in us.
Yes.
There's moderate blood coming out, but not enough, because we're smart enough to not pull the blade out
Okay.
until help arrives,
Okay.
which we had not thought about previously prior to this mutual stabbing exercise.
So the neighbor seeing us is our savior.
Is it? Is life really life?
Wouldn't it be after we stabbed ourselves and or each other?
Is life really being safe, man? I feel like life's pretty fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Life is trying to kill you.
All the time.
All the time.
And it will.
Yeah.
It's gonna win.
Life's a mean asshole.
It's gonna win every time.
Yeah.
Unless maybe Walt Disney is still yet to play out. We'll see how that
Yeah,
freezing
its
goes.
head is
Somewhere.
yeah. It's like Futurama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those jars, man. That's a good idea.
I wonder who else is cryogenically frozen.
Isn't there a registry?
Is there?
I believe there might be.
Let's look this up.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome to Look 'em Ups.
Look 'em ups!
Look 'em Ups.
Look 'em ups!
Look.
Look 'em ups! Okay. So what can the cops do? If we've got... So we expected cops might show up. So we've got our contracts on us and they're notarized.
Mm.
I feel like the cops, since they probably... Well, who knows what a cop's encountered? I'm sure a cop encounters all sorts of weird and strange things.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they've ever encountered like a mutually agreed peaceful stabbing. Mutual stabbing.
Does any stabbing go peacefully?
I think
To where it's just like knife is inserted, removed, and then it's like, all right, well, this has been
all about the intent.
this has been charming. Thank you.
It was better than a cup of tea.
I'm refreshed. I'm rejuvenated.
So what should I look for? Registry of cryogenically frozen people?
I think you could just go hot buzzwords, registry, cryogenic, famous.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. And does cryo have a... No, I think it's just CR, not a CH.
CRYO, yeah.
Dude, there's like cryo tanks here in Austin. Have you done those?
The isolation kind of things?
Well, there's those, but these places also have like cryotherapy, where
Oh, the
there's something
extreme cold.
like from the neck down, or a whole thing, yeah, and you stay in there for like 3 minutes tops.
No. I do the thing like in the shower, where after you take a hot shower, you crank it to cold,
Yeah.
so it like closes up the pores
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatnot, and it wakes you up.
How long you been doing that?
2-3 years.
2-3 years?
Yeah.
I've heard some good stuff. I did it for a little bit, like
Yeah.
last year.
I mean, it mostly is really for the wake up, but then like on days when I work out real hard to go play basketball, I'm doing like a 2 shower thing. I don't want to
Yeah.
be like extremely itchy, so it also
Oh,
helps
yeah.
with all that. And even that's enough. I can't even, I'm such a baby when it comes to it. I can't even get it that cold. It's just like, this is cold enough now. Help me!
Yeah.
Get me out!
Okay, the quick 8. People, this is on Mental Floss. 8 people who have been cryogenically preserved, and 1 who wasn't.
By Stacy Conrad. Just shout out Casey. Stacy.
Stacy C!
2009. So this is out of date already.
Yeah,
There's
there's.
some real bangers thrown in there.
I bet. Who's the dude who owns Amazon?
Oh,
Bezos.
Bezos, yeah.
I bet
Jeff
Bezos is going to freeze himself.
He's gonna freeze the world.
He's like,
Just like, let's keep it just as it is.
he's so rich. It's like you really don't need all that. You're benefiting from tax-paid infrastructures, right? Why not kick a little bit back to it? You need roads to get to work.
Does he though? He doesn't go to work.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He wants the drones to do all the heavy lifting and get everything off the road.
You know, I'm fine with automation as long as we human workers are taken care of.
Mhm.
As long as we're able to have secure shelter,
Mhm.
food and water, and basic
Essentials.
essentials
For
met
the modern world.
for the modern world. If we can't just go out and get a factory job or something, we need to have our essentials met so we can thrive more, I feel like.
Mhm.
Instead of like struggling to just fucking feed yourself, you can put your mind towards other possibly innovative matters. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, my general concept of it is when the baseline moves up, the elite and where humanity can go
Moves
also
up.
moves up with it.
It moves, so as if the base is higher, everything is higher.
Yeah, and so I think if the elite really wanted to be even more elite, they would keep trying to move the baseline up. And
Right.
then even the pinnacle becomes more and more extreme.
Right.
And you can get away with more shit.
Yeah, for
But
real, yeah.
everybody will be happier with you getting away with more shit because everything's taken care of.
I feel like there would be less crime
Yeah.
because a lot of violence results from desperate people just
Necessity.
trying to get their basic needs met,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, vote your conscience, but vote smart. All right. Okay, people.
Top 8.
Top 8.
List of-
Dr. James Bedford, a psych professor at the University of California, was the first person to ever be cryogenically preserved. The choice to be preserved by freezing was entirely his. He even left money for a steel capsule and liquid nitrogen in his will, so when he died on January 12, 1967, his family abided by his wishes. It was a big day in the cryonics community, and they still refer to January 12th as Bedford Day. My favorite part of the whole thing is the title of the article Time magazine did on the event, Never Say Die. Bedford was switched to a different tank in 1991, and it would appear that everything has held up thus far. Am I going to get in trouble for reading another person's article on here?
I mean,
On,
good.
like, on YouTube or whatever?
It's good publicity for them.
Yeah.
And it was also written in 2009.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the legality lies because
And we gave this person citation. We said the author's
Cited.
name when it was published.
but it's fair use. We're
Yeah.
not trying to make money off this. We
Yeah.
are promoting information, and this is
Yeah.
a source of information.
All right. If any fucking cease and desist letter comes, I'm gonna defer them to you.
All right, yeah. Hey, as long as I'm making legal team dollars, then we're good.
Okay, you want to read number 2?
I'll do this one. Number 2, Dick Clare Jones
Dick.
was in the television industry. He was a producer, actor, and writer who had a hand in the Mary Tyler Moore Show, the Bob Newhart Show, The Facts of Life, and Mama's Family. He was also really interested in cryonics and was a member of the Cryonics Society of California in 1988. He died of AIDS-related infections and was immediately put on ice, literally. As you can see from the picture...
Wait.
We'll find the picture in a
Yeah,
moment.
fuck it.
There's an account of the whole process here, which is fascinating, if not bizarre. So I don't know if you can share a link, but maybe that'd be a fun link for people to follow if they want to hear more about old...
It sounds like extra
Dick.
work I don't want to do.
Look up the article. You got Google.
Dick Jones.
Who?
Dick Jones. Who? Dick Jones.
That will get a cease and desist.
No, man, he's dead. Wait, he's not dead. Sorry, thought future Dick Jones. We didn't mean anything by it. Dick Jones.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
For the use of stuff after the author has been dead for 75 years,
Yeah.
would that apply to a frozen person?
That's a good question.
I
To
think
a
it's
frozen person.
Total interpretation of the law and the legality of it, because that person is not alive currently.
Yeah, I've never come across any reading any type of legislation that said whether or not a cryogenically frozen body is alive or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're right. It would come up to interpretation on behalf of lawyers and a judge or a jury.
Yeah. You know that's going to the Supreme Court.
It must be eventually,
Yeah.
if it hasn't already.
I mean, the first one was 1967. We haven't had anybody in there long enough to apply to that,
Right.
what was 75 years and then got changed to 92 because of Disney. So I think it's really going to come down to Disney, isn't it?
Greedy Jew-hating fucking morphine
It's going to
addict.
come down to Disney, I think. But I guess they had to change the law so that Mickey Mouse wouldn't go into
like
Free domain.
Free domain, yeah.
So I guess technically it would be from his death day, but it would restart if he did get rejuvenated.
Dude, free domain. Free domain.
Hope you brought some bean dip because we got free domain.
I actually do have bean dip in the fridge.
Yes.
I finally read the instructions on it. It says you're supposed to heat it.
Yeah, but who has the time?
I never fucking heated
Who
it.
has the time for that? It's good to go.
Yeah. I've never known anybody who heated it.
Not one.
Would it even be good heated? It just,
I think you'd get more of a refried bean scenario.
fuck, that's the case. Just get refried beans.
Yes, not bean dip.
Yeah. Actually, because it's like Fritos and it's junk food and stuff, I assumed it was going to be like bad shit. I looked at the ingredients. Really not that bad.
Not that bad.
Just
Fritos got one right.
simple, natural shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Frito-Lay's here in Texas, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, some suburb in the just north of Dallas in the DFW metro. Plano. It's in
Okay.
Plano, Texas.
No wonder it's so popular throughout this region.
Yeah, dude.
The
Okay,
more you know.
number 3.
This week's episode brought to you by Fritos.
Ding! If Fritos wants to, what's the word where they
Fork it up.
fork it up? you wanna scoop it out. I think we're a good show to promote. We talk about hitting subjects like failed abortions,
Mm-hmm.
mutual stabbings,
Yes. The nuclear holocaust.
nuclear holocaust. Good fun for the
Oh,
family.
yeah. The actual holocaust.
Yeah.
It may be cheesy, but it's not beanie without Fritos. So it's just a little something you can whip up for.
Okay, number 3 on the cryogenically frozen list is Thomas K. Donaldson. A mathematician had ideas about death that were even stranger than cryonics. He believed that even though people were dead, their brains continued. This goes into the question you asked.
Mhm.
Even though they were dead, their brains continued to exist and have functionality. What the fuck? You're conscious the whole time?
Pretty boring.
Dude, I feel like that is like the ultimate isolation tank.
Yeah.
I think you would go straight up. Have you seen 2001 Space Odyssey?
I mean, it's been forever, but yeah.
Do you remember the end? The space baby?
Yeah.
He like goes out past Jupiter and everything he starts tripping out.
Just loses it.
I think that's what goes on with the mind. If it's just like that isolated for so long and still.
I mean, yeah, it'd be like the ultimate
Meditation.
Solitary confinement.
Yeah.
What's the statistic? Like 90% of people go crazy.
Oh, dude.
You'd just have years of just like your own thoughts. You
Then
either become
you're
God or become a lunatic.
You're gonna get some kind of like fucking deranged genius that comes out, and it's gonna be utterly mad
I figured it all out.
when they thaw. Yeah, and they're gonna like probably cause some damage.
Oh, yeah.
You ever play Fallout New Vegas?
No, I never actually played Vegas.
Dude.
I love the Fallout series, so.
New Vegas is the best
I've heard
one.
it's the one, yeah.
It is the best one, and it wasn't even made directly by not Oblivion, but
Bethesda.
It was
yeah,
made
it's a side project.
right.
Yeah.
It's like a sister branch that Bethesda was like, yeah, you can do
Go
this,
for it.
dude. It was so good.
Hell yeah.
But there's a guy with this. There's a cryogenically frozen guy who's running Las Vegas, and it's turned it into New Vegas. Call him Mr. House, and he controls a bunch of robots and stuff.
He didn't get Doctor.
No.
That'd be a nice crossover.
He had this like classic kind of Clark Gable look with the thin mustache, which I wish I could do, but my mustache is still so like.
I mean, I've got
wispy.
some good video footage of you with that mustache.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thomas K. Donaldson, mathematician, believed even though people were dead, their brains continued to exist and have functionality, and we just don't have the technology to access it yet. For his sake, let's hope that's true. He died in 2006 and is assumed to have been cryogenically preserved. he seemed to be pretty confident that he would be back someday. In a 1982 interview, when asked for a piece of wisdom to pass on to cryonicists, he said, "I'm sure that any profound piece of wisdom I might have would seem really rather stupid in 300 years. So I think it would be better for me to say nothing, so I don't feel ashamed of myself in 300 years." That guy seems full of himself.
Yeah, he seemed pretty confident. It's like, yeah, 300 years, I'll be back.
Yeah. and just to
Got it
say,
down
like,
in a minute.
he's just trying to save face. Like, I don't want to say anything. Anything I say in 300 years may sound pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah,
How do you know?
I'm gonna have to deal with that.
Like, how do you fucking know? If we talk to someone from 300 years ago, yeah, sure, we know what's in history books. But the thing about history is that it's not, I mean, like, recorded events and stuff are facts, but a lot of the stuff that we learn about in history is just stories, and it's up for debate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing about historians. They're debating events that to other people, who just read it in the textbook,
Best proof.
take it for given.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll look back and say, no, because this person was giving their account. What about these people who are fought?
Mm-hmm.
You know, whoever wins the war dictates
Writes
the
the
history,
story,
right?
yeah.
So people, you know, it's up for debate. Like, what was the real story?
Mm-hmm.
Because the winner's just twisting out some motherfucking propaganda.
Because they won.
Because they won. All right. Number 4. What
Number
the
4.
fuck is this?
FM 2030. Yeah, that was his real name. He was born Feraydun im Esfandiri. Nailed it. Got it in one, I think.
That's good, man.
But changed his name to reflect his goal of living to be 100. 2030 would have been his 100th birthday. He also predicted that 2030 would be a magical time. In 2030, we will all be ageless, and everyone will have an excellent chance to live forever. 2030 is a dream and a goal. He died in 2000, at the age of 69. When he succumbed to pancreatic cancer, rough, he was cryogenically frozen because he believed that people would soon develop synthetic organs and body parts that would make the notion of death a thing of the past. He called the pancreas a stupid, dumb, wretched organ, which kind of made me laugh.
Burn!
I like the little editorial.
Sick burn! Hey, pancreas. Fuck you.
Yeah, what
You
are you
suck.
doing?
Nothing. You're a freeloader. Get out of here.
You and the gallbladder should go fuck yourself.
Get out of here. Appendix? Pff, like,
Appendices?
remove the appendix, more like people don't need an appendix.
Yeah.
Right?
But would the plural be
Appendices?
appendices?
Yeah, because at the back of the book it says appendices. Yeah. Or
That's a weird...
appendi. Appendices.
What's the two meaning word? Homophone? Oh, I know homophone. That sounds like...
Homophone? Are you making fun of how gay people sound when they talk?
No.
They don't all sound fabulous!
But the ones who do are pretty fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, organs. So that dude's talking about
The body is stupid.
growing organs. We're doing that shit right now, man. We're growing meats,
Yeah.
and they're saying, like...
How long ago was the ear on the back of the mouse? It was like...
What?
They grew a human ear on a mouse?
Oh, dude.
That was like
That
10
was
years
a
ago.
while ago, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even need that now. They just have like a petri dish
Yeah.
where they can grow like a fucking New York strip
Mhm.
steak. And supposedly it tastes pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
And so why wouldn't they be able to do that for organs? And if the thing is our body just deteriorating, if we could get routine replacements like getting a new part for your car,
Mm-hmm.
just getting service done on your body,
Mm-hmm.
getting a new thing. I feel like one of the trickiest ones would be skin,
Yeah.
because that is an organ.
And that's the one everybody's going to want.
Yeah,
Yeah, perfect skin.
perfect skin, tiny pores.
Oh, yeah.
Twat.
But yeah, then I think it also comes down to the amounts of blood that you'll need to make all those transfusions. It's going to rely a lot on a heavy supply of, like, what's that vampire movie where they have the blood banks?
Oh, is that Blade?
2? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
gonna require that kind of
Did you
situation.
see Blade 3?
Yeah.
Vampire Pomeranians?
Pretty sure I saw Blade 3.
It's the
I
fucking...
just rewatched 1 and 2. Have I seen 3?
It's got these... Ryan Reynolds is in it.
I haven't seen 3.
Dude, it's awesome.
Can't believe I haven't seen Blade 3.
It's Blade 3 Trinity, if I remember
my
correctly.
goodness.
And there's Ryan Reynolds is in it, hilarious as always. And there's a scene where he's like breaking into this mansion or something, and these attack dogs come out, and they're Pomeranians, and like it's their mouths are almost like the Predator. It opens up in like
Oh, yeah.
3 portions, and it just has like sharp
Like the
teeth all
dudes
the way
in
back.
Blade 2.
Exactly, yeah, where the whole jaw opens
Just
up.
like that whole mess.
Which I think is a little much. I don't like that
It's
shit.
just, it's a lot.
It's
you
a
know?
lot to deal with.
I mean, I think the simplicity of the...
Yeah, that would make more sense, as far as adaptation goes.
Yeah.
Because there's really no, reason to have all that excessive shit
Yeah.
going on with your jaw.
Well, the Blade 2 was genetic, all about genetic mutation.
right.
So it's very apropos to the conversation of
that is
building organs. But for it to affect, to rechange their already
the whole fucking
vampire
jaw. Yeah.
vampires to rechange that is pretty brutal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Ryan Reynolds is in this place in
Yes.
Blade 3 Trinity.
With the palms.
And these cute little Pomeranians come up, and their mouths open up, their eyes turn like totally red, and their mouths open up wide, and it's got all the shark teeth in it, and he's like, "Vampire Pomeranians!"
It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Oh man, now I gotta watch Blade 3.
I wonder,
Trinity.
can we just, so we can grow organs, we can grow flesh, why can't we grow blood? I feel like it would be something to do with plants, some type of like replicating process of photosynthesis, creating hemoglobin, whatever,
Right.
for the human.
It just seems like so... It's always seemed so specific to me.
Right.
Like your blood. Because like what
Yeah.
you eat and drink affects your blood, and people's pills affect their blood, and
Yeah.
and like even donations of the same type don't always work. And
That's right. It's kind of like your own thumbprint.
yeah, I think it's part of your DNA sequence or whatever must be in
Mhm.
there that tells the blood how to do.
I wonder.
That's why like blood diseases are super
Yeah.
hard to treat, I think.
Yeah, because a person's body could react poorly even if it's the same type.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, let's see here. Dora cunt.
Whoa.
That's how they pronounce it. It's
Really?
Dora, Kent. In America, we pronounce it Kent, but in England, they pronounce it cunt.
Well, I thought they pronounce everything like that.
Yeah. Would you like a? So instead of saying "Would you like a cup of water," they say "cunt."
Yeah. Instead of, going for a beer at the bar, get you a cut at the pub.
Yeah, he's a good cut.
Oh God, I love it when English people call me that. It feels very accepting. Like, he's fine. It's a good
You
guy.
went to England, didn't you?
No, I've never been over that way.
You've been out of the country though, haven't you?
Mexico.
Mexico. When was this?
I was 12. So it's like,
You were little.
doing it up.
Yeah.
Mexico style. I got a fake tattoo.
Where did you go?
Cozumel.
Oh, nice.
And a couple other stops. It was on a cruise. We
Oh,
had a cruise ship, and
nice.
so we did the
Carnival?
we did the stops. Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude.
yeah. It was a dope time. Got real sunburned. Got my fake tattoo. Ate some delicious.
You really did get a fake tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Like with a gun, like a temporary.
Yeah,
gun?
it was like they had these tattoos that would last like a week or two.
Oh yeah.
It was like almost like stick on, but in between stick on and a gun kind of pin thing.
Was it like a non-painful process?
Oh yeah, totally no pain. I got a
Are you still ink free?
yeah,
Right on.
I am.
Pure.
I got it was a card hand, 4 aces and a
Dude. I know what.
I believe it was a jack.
So I was thinking that's
4 aces and a jack.
what is that?
The dead man's hand is aces over sevens.
Okay.
If I remember it right.
I have no idea.
It's
I have to like relearn
Yeah.
poker every
time.
single time.
It's like, I know I got 4 of these. I'm doing all right. Doing pretty good here.
Am I supposed to have all these aces?
Sorry, guys.
Well, I'm sorry.
Did I do that?
When I do that.
Ugh. Yes. But yeah, when English people say that, it's like, it just feels
Yeah.
like they've grown like
They're-
accustomed to you enough that you can be like, okay, now I can let you in on.
So in the
How we
States,
think.
the C word is like pretty risque. You can't just go out and say cunt. You know?
Flouted about.
If I were to just say cunt, it would be a bad thing to say on my own show. So I can't say cunt.
Especially can't say it 3 times.
Yeah.
FCC, we'll write you a letter.
Flippin' cunt.
They did it to themselves.
Yeah. Fuck you, a G pie. Net neutrality
Net
needs
neutrality.
to be a fucking constitutionalized thing. Internet is a utility. Net neutrality needs to be like set in stone. It needs to be a thing.
Yeah, and I mean, that's always going to be a decisive issue, especially when it comes to
Money.
Setting something up to forever be interpreted in a way is never going to be something that everybody's excited to do.
Yeah.
Especially when there's hundreds of millions of dollars behind it.
Yeah.
And the only way to have a successful small business these days.
I just don't like the idea of, say, Facebook getting to control
Yeah.
the bandwidth of websites I visit. I don't want to have to go to only branded shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and that's the idea of taking it away from the small business.
What is...
Is to shut down the smaller sites and direct.
Oh, the idea of shutting down net neutrality is to give it over to people with whoever has the most money gets to control
Pretty much.
what you get to view.
And so if they have their hands in these small businesses, they're going to shut down these small businesses.
Yeah.
And these ones will get assimilated and it'll all become part of the conglomerate,
Yeah,
bought up and bought out.
I don't like that.
It's rough.
It's an information utility, it's a communication utility, and I don't think it should be privatized at all.
Yeah, but you have to pay to be on, so in its own sense, it is a privateer's.
Well, it is now, but there's some
Bounty.
places that have a municipal internet access, and it's become more prevalent. I can't think of the names of these towns off the top of my head, but there are some certain towns that have like a city municipal internet service,
Oh, nice.
and it's like it's no dinky shit. It's like fiber optics,
Damn.
really good steady connection, and like lower prices than you would get with any other private service. I think that could be done for the whole infrastructure.
Oh, yeah. Very easily.
Yeah.
But
And I think that would go back to what we were talking about before of like raising the base.
Mhm.
If everyone has access to information and communication, that helps to raise the base, which helps uplift everybody.
Mhm. But yeah, it's so much easier, I think, looking down to say, no, we're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
If I don't have to change, then...
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It is broke.
Enough
Don't
people
let it
know.
broke to me.
Enough people gotta say it's broken.
Yeah. So, we can't see the C word that much in America. It's extremely naughty in America. But in England, and especially in Australia,
Oh, yeah.
it's a very popular word.
Mm-hmm.
Even mothers... Interchangeable. Even mothers say it to their newborn child, oh, look at this precious little cunt.
It's gonna grow up to be strong.
Gonna be a big, strong cunt.
Isn't that what everybody wants? That's what we're all looking for, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I love the way English people use English. it's so poetic. It's so next level. I mean, there's some, you know, euphemisms and idioms that we use here in America that are really cool too. But there's something, I feel, for me, there's something special about the way people in the British Isles and Ireland use the English language.
Mm-hmm.
They've been working with it for a lot longer. And
Have some other flavors to throw into it.
yeah, dude, like they're fucking, you know, I recently learned something like if you got a cell phone, you could call it the Jelly Belly. I mean the Jelly Belly. You know why?
No.
Jelly Belly tally phone.
Is that Cockney rhyming slang or?
That's just like English slang
how it
shit I've
just
read about. Yeah.
evolves.
Yeah, like you can take something like a name of it or like a slang name of it and just shift it and change it to something else like Jelly Belly or Jelly Bean, and like everyone will know what it means. So you and I might go there and be like, Jelly Beans?
Fucking.
Does this look like a candy store to you?
We can get some.
No, the horn! I don't know, did they call it the horn there?
I've always felt the horn was more
American?
old timey, especially when it had like the.
Right, like the old 1930s
Yeah.
Humphrey Bogart.
And I definitely see it. It's kind of interchangeable between American and English. I don't have any
The horn.
real knowledge of it, but it sounds great either way, especially with that style of phone where
Yeah.
jump on the horn.
Yeah.
I'm on the horn here.
Yes, hello? Operator?
Yeah. Give me 23.
Dude.
Stat.
So, have you been to my hometown? Have you ever been to Eufaula?
I've been to Lake Eufaula a
Lake
few
Eufaula.
times, but never
Not
really
not the town
spent-
proper.
Just drove through to get to Lake Eufaula.
Right on. Well, my dad told me stories because my dad's so old. He's 75 now, I think.
How's he doing?
He just had some more heart work done recently, and he's been having like some weird, I guess, skin's getting this like kind of prickly feeling. Like it's, you know, when your like a leg goes to sleep or something and it starts coming back and it feels like it's getting stabbed with needles. He's getting sensations similar to that all over his body, and so the doctors have been trying to figure out, and yeah, so he's doing pretty well now. He's on the upward swing. Yeah, and they caught like one of his arteries was like 90% clogged, so they had to put a stent in there, but he's
gonna work on that. Yeah.
yeah, like he was getting dizzy and stuff before that.
Was that due to blood restrictions?
Yeah, blood restriction and some other issues. He's just you know, machine's wearing down. But I talked to him a little bit earlier before you came over, and he's doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's good.
he sounded good. But when he was a kid, he told me in Eufaula, there were so few people there. Like right now, and it's been the same since I moved there in '98, there's a population of 2,000 there.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 stoplights downtown. The place is tiny, very poor. And when my dad was there was like no paved roads. There were still plenty of houses that did not have finished floors. They had dirt floors in the houses.
Right.
And when you called someone on the phone, the operator, all you would have to ask for is like, hey, let me talk to Aunt Vandy. Yeah, that's the actual aunt's name. I got
Right.
Vandy and something else I can't think of. Her name's Vanda.
Vanda.
Yeah.
Tight.
Something. An old woman's name for sure.
You just want to hear it in like a German or Russian. Vanda.
Vanda.
Oh, Vanda.
Vanda.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Vanda. Did you ever see the show? Oh, wait. Before I get to that.
Yes.
So, yeah, you call the operator, and just say, let me talk to somebody, because they all
Give
knew
me Jerry.
it. Yeah, because there's like, 20 people in this town.
Which Jerry? 1, 2, or 3?
Right.
Jerry 3.
I'm like, is this Gary?
No,
Yeah, I'll get you, your uncle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So what year must that have been?
That would have been, so my dad was born in 1943. So growing up, the early 50s.
Okay.
Early 50s. He left in 61. He graduated at 17 years old and joined the Air Force, which was like a pretty new thing back then.
Right.
Yeah.
I've always never been sure when the operator lost popularity. Because it stuck around for quite a while.
Yeah.
But it like became out of
Are there
fashion.
still operators? I feel like there's got to still be operators. Press
Yeah, I
zero.
feel like they're
a few. Got to be rare for sure.
few and very hard to find.
I never, because there were still operators when I was a kid, and surely when you were a kid.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to think is like.
I really
With
feel like
context I have for thinking that there were operators out there.
I can remember in shows in the '90s of seeing someone like press 0 and pound or whatever. And
Yeah,
get
it
an
was like
operator.
specific like 2 buttons, right? Wasn't it
Yeah.
pound 0?
Something like that. Yeah.
And you could get one. Are they just?
operator.
Were they? Did they just become useless? Are they googling things for you now?
Probably.
Like, yeah, I'm looking for the. Be on your way.
I'll be like, can you not look it up yourself? I'm 60 years old.
You called me.
I'm 60 years old. I've been around home computers since my 30s at least. I don't know what to do with the damn things.
It just gets so complicated. Just so complicated.
Yeah.
Ugh. I wish they would just make it easy.
Just a little bit easier.
And just a little bit easier. You know, I do think the websites are getting smaller. Like, I don't know if it's an age thing, but I feel like I'm zooming in on the phone more and more.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like, what in the hell were they thinking?
Oh, dude, it's just hard to look at it on a fucking phone
It's true,
screen,
yeah.
you know?
It's true.
And there's some websites that are not built for
Yeah.
mobile.
Yeah.
So they have...
Which is insane, I think, in today's world.
Yeah, they should.
It's like the old age of the thinking about the internet.
Mhm.
Well, it's going to be on the computer.
Right.
It's the only place we need it.
Right.
Why would I want a mobile?
Dude, I saw some... There's like a Chinese brand of phone out that you can fold.
Yes.
You've seen this?
Yes.
Is that cool or
I'm just
what?
like, goodness, if they make that thing waterproof, we're good to
Oh,
go.
yeah.
We're good to go.
Dude.
It's just like
So fucking
flat
cool.
as a freaking index card.
So for those watching, it can be like this wide. You can fold it up so it can be like a regular phone size.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's like Xiaomi. It's the company, something like that.
Things are going to get real cool.
Dude, they are getting really cool, aren't they?
It's just like, things are going to be very, very cool.
I mean, just within this past year, I've like upgraded on some of my electronic stuff. Like I got a Bluetooth speaker
Oh, yeah.
and some like new fast charging port for my phone and everything.
Yeah.
And
Get the goods.
and it's really not that expensive, and it's like so well made and fast compared to like something even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Can I get you some water or something?
Oh, no, I'm still doing great. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Just that kratom powder.
Oh, yeah.
I still feel it.
Is it stuck in your
I still
throat?
feel it in there. Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah,
It's like kind of a numbing effect, which is nice.
it does. Yeah, yeah.
It's
It
very nice.
Helps me with my back a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the morning crunches, I'm always afterwards just like, cool.
Do you go to the gym or work out at home?
I go to the gym to play basketball,
Mhm.
and then do most of just the home workouts.
Nice.
I got the pull-up bar machine in the garage.
The machine.
It's just like a rack.
Oh, like you pull it down and you got weights?
No,
in it?
it's just I use all the body weight to do like pull-ups.
Oh, do you have it like
And
up on a
it's-
door?
No, it's got like it's like this whole 7-foot stand. And
Okay.
up top, it's got like a pull-up bar.
It's like freestanding
yeah,
thing.
and then it comes down, and then it's got these 2 arm racks with the handlebars, so you can like do like leg ups
Oh shit!
and reverse crunches.
Nice.
Yeah, and then it's got like pedals on the bottom, so you can like get up in there and
Hell yeah.
drop back down, and then it's got the feet to keep it.
I'm a firm believer of like working out with your own body weight.
Mhm.
I mean, weights are great and everything, but it can really, if you don't do it right, or even if you do it right and you just go overboard, you hear about a lot of weightlifters and stuff whose joints are just fucked from lifting all those weights.
Yeah.
I think
Just
like,
overuse
yeah,
with a lot of weight behind it.
I think it's like pretty hard to do that if you're just working against your own body weight, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, I've already got the weight to work with, so why not just use it to lose it?
Yeah. Have you ever tried yoga?
I do a lot of the Fitzmaurice still.
The tremoring?
Yeah, I always preferred that to the true yoga, because I always feel like it's been a deeper stretch.
Yeah.
It's basically stress positions.
Yeah.
It's yoga positions that you then angle your joints and put weight in certain ways to make your body just shake uncontrollably.
So like when you're lifting a weight or something or holding a single position for a long time and you're not even trying to do Fitzmaurice, eventually your muscles will start to like give out and they'll start to tremor and stuff. And like Bennett was describing, there's different positions you can do, like you'll start doing that. Like I'm kind of forcing it, but it'll do that, and it releases like a lot of the tension in your fascia and other stuff.
Mm-hmm. It for me, it's definitely felt like the most relaxed I can get things now.
Hell yeah!
It's just like just shake them out.
Hell yeah!
Go. Like anytime I do lunges, I basically just drop into that Fitzmaurice position and just start shaking it. It makes you look weak. Like he just starts shaking immediately when he does. Lunges, but it's like no, I'm intentionally going to that point, so it's just like
and it's
rattle everything loose.
And it's fun because there's like there's fun names for the positions. Like there's the dying cockroach or the dying hooker.
Mm-hmm.
That's one where you just have you're on your back and you have your legs up going.
Scared cat, sacred cow.
Yeah,
in the back.
Yeah,
it's not really one great for tremoring, but it's great stretch, great back stretch.
What's that one?
All fours, and then you take your lower back and then dip. Like the happy cow, the sacred cow.
Oh.
And then you curl up like the
cat,
the scared cat.
Oh, cat cow, yeah.
Yeah, so like really just like the right by the tailbone is where all that action's going.
Right.
And it just works out because you go back and forth.
Yeah.
And like you hold for like 5 to 10 seconds on each, and you just like
loosens you right up
all the way. Yeah, it's great whenever you just like I sat too long today.
Yeah, dude.
Just like at the computer, at the TV, or whatever. It's just like I just did nothing but sit. Go hit you that.
So how up to date are you on gaming systems?
I have an Xbox One.
Is that the most recent?
They are releasing have just released the Xbox One X.
Okay, so that's like a PS4 Pro for Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox One X.
Okay.
Because when you shorten it to all the beginnings of those letters, it's Xbox again.
Oh.
And I saw something on the internet. It's like the second one was the 360.
Right.
And then so we went back to one, and now we're back to Xbox with the shortening, so it went 360. It's a whole thing that somebody mapped out.
That's like, it's interesting, but it's fucking confusing.
Yeah, it's like, you literally have to like see the map.
I think someone was just like drunk and stoned when they thought of that. You know, like, alright, and you got this Xbox One.
You can't say they don't have a great job.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, if that's what they did that day, I'd be down. I'm looking.
We're looking.
But then Ryan got the new PS4, so he moved his old one into the living room so I can play on that.
So have you played Red Dead Redemption 2 yet?
No, I have not. I spent my money on Fallout 76 because I thought that was going to be the winner.
Okay, you thought that was going to be the winner. Why did you say thought?
I realize and understand people's complaints about the game. I really do enjoy it.
You do?
I do, because what they wanted to do was make a cooperative system to where you really have to work with people to do well. And so like some of the bugs of just like, okay, this entire horde now just knows where I am because I shot one bullet kind of sucks.
Right.
But it's also kind of true life apocalypse. If you are trying to infiltrate a building full of
zombies,
scorched or whatever, and you pop off a shot,
They're gonna hear it.
They're going to hear it. They're going to investigate. They're not going to come one at a time.
Right.
And so, like, I get very intense and, like, actually put myself in that world where it's like, all right, pick off as many with the rifle, draw them out, and then get in the building.
Are they fast moving or are they slow?
In this one, yeah, the main kind of like plague is the Scorched, and they're very fast, and they can use weapons too. So they have a level of human intelligence left in them to remember how they used to do things, and like
Dude,
can mess you up pretty easily.
do you ever run into any other players?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That was like a really big complaint like a couple months ago.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, I play it on PlayStation, so I feel like the PC world is where everybody's
Right.
got the mic and is chatting, and
Right.
console world, you don't get that as frequently as often.
Right.
See, the ability to chat with people is limited to kind of like the in-game emojis and kind of a quick chat sometimes. Nobody's really going to jump on and, I'm sorry, my nose has just gone crazy itchy.
Do you need a tissue?
That'd be great.
I can get you a tissue. I need to get some water too.
All right. Quick pause on the Fallout.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I know. You're probably going to get a lot of flack for somebody saying they like this game, because I really do understand that people had issues with it, and I had my own issues with it.
Yeah.
But it's the, like I said, the continuation. Can I get the tissue?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm getting it right now.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
I just don't want to do it on camera. Also.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What time? Oh, nice. We're at an hour and 12 minutes.
Thanks. All right. How am I doing?
Looking good. No bats in the cave.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, it's really not as bad as people were trying.
Like, whoa! Shit. Like
I almost fell
just-
off the chair. Here.
Just right into Shoetown.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that there are those issues, but like I said, I like to get real immersive with it. Like,
Yeah.
I actually have to strategize it out and stay far away and stay quiet, because like all the people that I was going to play with are like, nope, we don't like it. We don't want to play.
Huh.
And so like I don't have my party anymore. So now it is just me roaming the wasteland.
Dude.
And I do get to meet other people. Like, some people you'll be fighting some super mutants with, and they die. And like, this is what I did to this one guy. We were fighting super mutants, and he died. And I waited for him to get back, and I picked up his stuff in front of him that his body dropped.
As he was coming back.
Yeah. And like, he kept looking at like where his body was and looking at me and looking where his body was and looking at me, and I was just like spinning around. Just like, and I was on mic, so I hope you could hear me. I was just like yelling, "Just stop! I got you to stop!" And like, oh my god, he like tried to kill me several times, which didn't really work out for him.
Because you had all the shit.
Right. Well, the thing with Fallout, which is one of the ones I don't like, is you keep all your weapons, armor. The only thing you lose is your junk.
So you
like
need that.
Yeah, you definitely need it, but
Yeah.
you don't go back to square one. So it's kind of like PvP on easy mode.
Mhm.
You're not going to lose everything, but you'll probably lose some important stuff occasionally, or stuff you've been working on getting could just be gone at a moment. So that's kind of here nor there, but Ryan was online at the same time, and he had just started, and he realized that we were in the same
Server?
party,
Oh.
and so he started going after Ryan, who was a lot lower level, and killed him like 3 times. So Ryan was getting mad at me because I set off this train of events that got him murdered like 3 times.
So did you know this dude whose stuff you took?
No,
It's just
no,
some stranger?
just some guy that happened to be fighting the same super mutants as I
dude.
was on the quest I was in.
Yeah.
And then so one of the things that also people hated was, let's get rid of the characters who have progressively gotten less and less complicated with their interactions. Which, back in New Vegas and Fallout 3...
You mean like dialogue options?
Yeah, you had, like, all these options. Everything
Right.
kind of affected a little bit of the
And now
story
it's
or
like super
how people saw
simplified.
you. And then with Fallout 4, it's like 4 options.
See, that was a
Yes,
that was a
no.
big issue that a lot of people still have with the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah.
Is the dialogue options and the
You're not affecting how people see you. You're not affecting even if you hit fuck you, the
Right.
story goes the same.
right. There's
Same way.
not as much
The response is pat.
depth in
Yeah.
the narrative and
Mhm.
the character development and stuff like this.
So, but what I did notice from like playing these games with people online is nobody cares anyway about the story. They just hammer fucking through the dialogue and get to the action. And I'm like, I've always been into the story, so I get why they would do what they did, making it these robots that just talk at you for a little bit. If you want to listen, you can listen. If you don't, you can keep walking. Either way, they're going to keep talking.
Right.
And so, like, you can just get your missions and then go on them with your team instead of, like, if you're sitting there with 6 people
Right.
and everybody has to have a conversation with a person to determine, that's going to take forever.
Yeah.
So, like, just having it say, no, there are no people, here's your mission, go do it, is the idea of, yeah, let's get you guys on your mission.
I think that sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah,
it's an
like-
online game. It's
yeah.
not like a single player.
They were not intending it for you to go in there alone. I mean, just with
Yeah.
what you have to do to get into a town.
Mm.
It's like, yeah, you'd want 2 or 3 people making things a lot easier.
Otherwise, you're gonna die.
But yeah, you can do it solo, which you just got to figure out how. I like the perk system. I like the weapon system. And the other huge thing was they changed VATS.
Really?
Yeah, because if you're looking at another human player, how are you going to slow their time down by you going into VATS?
Right.
So
yeah.
like it's more free form, real time,
Mhm.
and those percentages change so quickly that it's like I don't even know if I'm hitting this person, so I don't even use
So
it.
it doesn't slow down at all.
I don't even use it anymore.
Yeah, there's
I'm
no
just like-
point.
Yeah, I'm just like, I got my rifle. I'm gonna find you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's my review of Fallout
That's the
76.
review of Fallout. Do you ever watch Twitch?
I really don't. I will come across like on Reddit somebody's highlight,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as just getting down and getting into somebody's 30-minute play of the game, it's like 10 minutes in. I'm like, why am I just not playing this game?
Yeah.
I lose interest in watching somebody so quick that I'm like, I could be playing.
I like to watch
something.
other people play it before I buy a game
Oh yeah,
because
unless it's spoiler heavy.
yeah,
Like if it's
but
just like, an online battle
clips
thing.
never do it justice.
Yeah.
Commercials because they want to make it look good.
Oh, yeah,
they
I mean-
know if it's actually good.
Yeah, and you're more often than not in a game ad, you're not getting gameplay.
Yeah, I feel like there used to be gameplay in ads.
Yeah.
But not
Now
so
it's
much anymore.
tagged actual gameplay footage,
Right.
Which is you don't see all that.
You still won't see it much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing that I really love watching, and it's Rockstar games. I started it like not this winter but last winter, watching people play Grand Theft Auto 5 online,
Mhm.
and these people would gather together and they'd make up their own role-playing game.
Oh jeez.
You know, the game mechanics are the same as usual, but they make up their own role-playing game where they play different characters and stuff, and they'll make up their own challenges and, coordinate people together over Twitter and stuff like this.
Jeez. And make a
Discord.
quest.
And make a quest.
Jeez, Louise.
And some of the dialogue with these characters, it's all improvised, and it can become quite humorous.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the group called?
There's several different groups. I don't know of one in particular. I'm sure you could probably find some on Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick search.
Everything's on Reddit,
Yeah.
dude.
If not Reddit, Google.
If not Reddit, Google.
They got you covered.
Dude, I Google search Reddit stuff all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time. Because
Can't find a post?
Yeah, Google Reddit, anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Should we find out who else?
Back to list of things.
Back a list of things.
What do we call it?
The people who are cryogenically frozen list.
Lookupables.
Lookupables.
We had something song we did earlier.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that was a very deep sidebar based
Yeah.
on the tangent of cunt.
Oh yeah. See, it gave birth
It did.
to
It
a whole
flowered.
another branch of dialogue.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, this one's good and short. I'm glad. Number 6 is Jerry Leaf was Alcor's, not Al Gore, but some company called Alcor, Alcor, Alcor's vice president until his death in 1991. So it only stands to reason that he was frozen when he died of heart attack.
Not a heart attack.
Of heart attack. You know, I read that whole thing and I didn't retain any of it.
It's gone.
I just read it and I was like, what the fuck did I just read?
Alcor sounds like a gym run by a dude, Al.
Alcor.
Okay, let's come on down to Alcor. We'll get you fucking...
Or it could be run by Al Gore.
Al Gore's Alcor.
Yeah. Al Gore's got a firm Alcor.
The inconvenient truth is my body is...
The inconvenient truth is my body. I gotta work on that one. Can you do it? Let's see.
Is my body
Yeah, that's pretty good.
is not quite where it needs to be.
That's almost like a cross between Gore and Bill Clinton.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Superhuman.
Yeah.
They'd have a pretty cool band. It'd like be like a green sax. We're the green sax.
All right, you want to read number 7?
Number 7 on our top 8. Ted Williams. Oh, interesting. Ted Williams is without a doubt the most famous cryogenically frozen person that we know of. I'm just scrolling ahead here. Disney didn't make this list, so... But the circumstances surrounding his freezing are a bit controversial. His son, John Henry Williams, was adamant that his father wanted to be preserved to be brought back in the future, and wanted his whole family to follow suit so they could be reunited when technology and medicine made it possible. However, Ted's will said he wanted to be cremated, and his daughter by his first wife took John Henry to court over the matter. John Henry produced a family pact signed on a cocktail napkin, which seems pretty strange to me. Why would you write your last wishes on a cocktail napkin and expect it to hold up in court? Anyway, after much debate over authenticity...
Good if you got it notarized, like our mutual stab
If it
pact.
has a stab in it, it's notarized. Anyway, after much debate over authenticity, the napkin pact was allowed and Ted was frozen. Which leads us to number 8. Dum, bum, bum.
Number 8, John Henry Williams. Yep, Todd's son stayed true to his word. Despite a bone marrow transplant from his sister, John Henry died of leukemia on March 6, 2004, and joined his dad at Alcor in Scottsdale, Arizona. Noticeably missing from the list, Walt Disney. Despite the persisting rumors, Walt was not frozen. After his death in 1966, Walt was interred at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. Huh.
Or so they would have you believe.
I swear to God, he got his fucking head cryogenically frozen.
I mean, that's the common accepted, I think.
I think so too.
It's funny though, because I've always heard that John Henry was a steel driving man, and I don't know if they had freezing when he was popping that steel on down.
What's the steel driving?
It's the folk legend of John Henry,
Who?
the man who swung a hammer and laid the railroad tracks against the steam engine.
Oh, that guy!
That's a real deep folk pun joke for you guys out there.
Speaking of folk music, you've been playing folk music.
Yes,
right?
I have. I have indeed.
Do you want to tell the audience anything about it?
Sure. Yeah, I've been playing for a while, writing my own stuff for probably 2-3 years now, and have finally gotten to a point where I am going to release it, and I'm hoping to put that out this month. We've got the website. We're looking on the domain. We've got it all set up, and I've just got to upload the tracks just for a first release to get it up, get it out, and then actually hoping to start sending that out to clubs and stuff and start gigging off that.
Hell yeah.
Is the long-term next month goal.
Is that how people get gigs at clubs like that if they don't have like a manager?
I will have somebody acting as my manager, a friend of mine, who will be able to send out the email for me just to kind of give it that layer of professionability and just kind of keep me blissfully ignorant.
Right.
Because
Is this person already involved in the music industry here?
No, I'm going to be his first client, and he's
Nice.
already helped me significantly. So
Anyone I know?
Randy Valson.
I don't know. I'm terrible with names. I don't know.
He worked with me at AFS for a time,
Okay.
and we've remained good friends since. He's the person I jam with most of the time.
Nice.
And
And he's
so,
got like some connections and stuff, maybe.
not really.
He just wants to represent you.
He's taken time out of his schedule to help me out with all this, and we're both pretty green at it.
Yeah.
Not that anybody needs to know that, but we're getting out there, and he's gonna send out the email for me. So
I don't think anyone would really notice if you were green, because I listened to your music last week, and it blew me away.
wow,
Honestly, dude,
very kind, man.
we've jammed together before. We've made a lot of music together before, even in school. I had no idea you had this stuff in you. It's really good.
Thank you. That means a lot. It's definitely new. You know, I really got back into guitar and found a new style of music that I had heard but had never really jumped into. And so it's kind of unlocked this whole other side of music love that I didn't really have before. And
What style of music?
a lot of folk, a lot of country, a lot of blues, like really just acoustic guitar in
Yeah.
itself is changed completely to what I used to think it was. It's like I've almost gotten tired of the electric guitar now. I
Yeah.
mean, as weird as it say, it's just like the simplicity of the acoustic. It's,
Yeah, you don't have to plug anything in.
it's very at
ready
home.
to go.
It's very warm. It's very.
Yeah.
It's doing a lot, and then so I've also taken that. I've started playing banjo.
No shit.
Yeah.
Come on.
A year and 3 months I've had mine. Which, fuck, I wish I was better. But, you know, I'm still picking it up, still playing. And then I also play mandolin and dulcimer.
Dulcimer. Why do I know that name?
Mountain dulcimer is usually how it's referred to. It's a little 4-stringed instrument, kind of shaped like a shoe.
Oh, okay.
And then it's got 4 strings, and it's very drony.
Yeah.
You usually play with a slide. A lot of people play with a slide.
There's no neck on it or anything?
The neck is just kind of raised up out of the body.
Okay.
And then you usually have like F-holes, or a lot of dulcimer designers do specific designed holes. Like there's a guy out there who does rose. I think there's a guy that does like birds.
Oh, designs on like
for the holes and like carves them out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like very, very cool design work in those instruments that you can find.
So your stuff, when I was listening to it, kind of made me think of like old school, like Bob Dylan or Neil Young. That kind of
I mean,
country folky.
That's kind of where I lie. I mean, I'm hugely inspired by those guys, and Townes Van Zandt, and Guy Clark, Willie Nelson, Blaze Foley has been huge on that list. So yeah, that's where I've been living, is people singing about their lives and life around them and other lives and past lives and the world at large, you know, trying to make sense of something in poetry,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah. No, that's really good stuff,
I
Ben.
appreciate that. I do.
So you said you had a website?
We've got the Wix.
Right.
We've got that all designed. We're going to pull the trigger on a domain name and get that uploaded as soon as possible. It looks like it's going to be BennettCravens.com. Maybe Bennett Cravens Music, but BennettCravens.com is looking good. So hopefully that can be. And I'm on Instagram at Bennett Cravens for all that music specifically. So once that drops, it'll definitely be announced there. And that'll come with a Facebook and a SoundCloud and a Bandcamp, and we're trying to get the whole online push just done at once. So that way we can just send out a link
Hell yeah.
for clubs. It's like,
All same name,
Yeah.
good branding. Yeah.
here's the guy, you know, you get a feel on the website, pictures, album cover.
Hell yeah.
Get the whole feel of the essence of it, and say, we can bring this to you, and if you want it, we can set that up.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm just, after getting let go in August from my previous job, I had the choice of like, okay, I can go back to work, or I can actually try to throw myself into something creative and like actually follow through with it.
That's awesome.
And so I was just like, now's the time. I've worked long and hard enough. I put in the time, I put in the effort.
Mm-hmm.
I got to start somewhere, so
Yeah.
better start now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, I'm nervous as hell, and yeah, that's kind of been it's insane to talk about with people, you know, because it's like
You're doing it.
yeah, I'm actually gonna try to do it, and you know, I've talked to people who have done the same thing. It's like, yeah, I had to do the same thing. I'm fucking awesome. And people who haven't, they're like, yes, go fucking do it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
That's
the beauty of
the
it.
biggest thing that's like the biggest obstacle as an artist, especially like a self-generating artist, is like you're so fucking nervous about how people are going to receive things, and it's hard to understand. They don't fucking care.
Yeah.
They got their own shit they're
And
worried
the
about.
people who will, man, those are going to be the coolest people out there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Just gotta give them a chance to get to it, you know, at first.
Yeah.
And then, you know, see what it can do once it gets on its feet. See what I can do with it once it's on its feet.
Do you have like an image, a mental image of where you would like to go with it? Just ideally, just fantasizing.
I mean, at the biggest my fantasy gets would be able to go around and play shows, state to state, around the country, around other countries,
National.
like record overseas. You know, that's something that's very popular, especially in folk and country music. 'Cause they love it in the UK and Ireland, and they eat it up. over
American
there.
folk music.
Yeah, and that style is huge over there, and like there's a huge influx of British and Irish folk singers that are
Right.
coming this way now because they're getting so popular over
Yeah,
there.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
He's
I
one of
mean
the guys.
he's probably the top name with that whole scene.
Right.
But yeah, it's something that they will take you over there and record if they like you and get to hang out.
Dude.
So like yeah, I mean, simply, I'd like to be able to pay bills off of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like if I can get to a point where I can pay the bills into this life that I've become accustomed to, I'll be a happy man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Very happy. And then like
Me
after
too.
that, it's all bonus. You know, it's everything after that is a bonus and blessing.
As long as you can just make a comfortable enough living off of your art, that's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not somebody who needs a huge amount of comfort. I mean, my house doesn't have central heat, central air. I mean, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It works. It does the trick. Not worried about it.
Hell yeah. Well, I can't think of anything else. I think we've had a pretty. You feel good?
I feel great.
You feel great.
I
Awesome.
do.
Well, let me tell these people, and then we can wrap it up.
All right. Do I need to
No. You can stay here. There's no outro song.
slide down the couch for the next guest? Or?
Yeah. So, yeah, this is my second episode, first guest. So fucking awesome that you came through. I thank you so much.
Pleasure being here, man.
I
At any time.
love hanging out with you.
Yeah, man. It's been too long.
It has been too long. I've always liked you. You know, never not liked you from the time we met.
Definitely.
So,
And offer still stands to come get your tracks down.
oh right on.
Yeah. We'll find some good times, and the house is quiet.
That's good.
We'll get it done.
So, where can people find you again, Bennett?
At Bennett Cravens on Instagram. That is the music. And if you would like to follow my personal, it's at Benny Boo Bear. That one's on private, so I'll probably accept you. I'm not picky. It's just my first one got hacked, and is now a Russian bot. So it's just
dude.
I'll just keep this one private.
I've been getting like at least one DM request on Instagram from these Russian
Yeah.
bots, and it's always like, "Hey, sexy."
Yeah.
It's like, "Hey, you're fake."
Yeah, exactly. I was young and dumb, and they got me on my first one. So
Oh, dude.
it's Benny _Boo Bear, Bubbear. And Bennett Cravens is BENNETTCRAVENS.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. And you can check out my Facebook page. But like I said in the last episode, I don't really fuck with it that much. You can find me at James J. Asher. JamesJasher. Or you can also check out my website, jamesjasher.com. I'm pretty sure that's the right URL. I have not updated. I've got a blog on there. I haven't updated it in far too long, but I'm pretty sure that's the URL. I hope it is, because that's what I've been paying for. If you go there and my face is on the landing page, then you found the right place.
It's a good indicator, usually.
Yeah, usually.
Usually.
Unless it's a stalker site or something.
Hey, those can be pretty entertaining, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. All right.
It's been fun, man.
It's been fun. Stick around next week. We'll have another episode out. Stay cool, cats.